What's going on, guys? I'm Tao, and in today's video I'm going to cover some breaking news that just dropped about 2 days ago. This news is regarding the massive SolarWinds supply chain attack that occurred back in March and has been going on all the way up until now. SolarWinds is a massive company based out of Austin, Texas that has around 300,000 customers. Some of their customers were listed on their website in a page that I will show up right now. However, they have since taken that page down and it now looks like this, a simple 404 page when you try to go to that URL. Their customers include more than 425 of the US Fortune 500 companies, all 10 of the top US telecommunications companies, all 5 branches of the US military, the US Pentagon, State Department, NASA, NSA, Postal Service, NOAA, not sure what that means, Department of Justice, and the Office of the President of the United States. It also includes all 5 of the top 5 US accounting firms and hundreds of universities and colleges worldwide. The products that their customers use are not listed, so that doesn't mean they all use this compromised software. However, I would suspect a good, decent amount of them probably do. According to a review of public records, the range of US government customers who've previously purchased SolarWinds Orion, which is the compromised software, is vast. The Pentagon is the biggest customer, with the Army and Navy being the biggest users. The Department of Veterans Affairs, which is also heavily involved in the US's COVID-19 response, recently is another Orion fan and the biggest purchaser in recent years. In fact, they renewed their contract in August of 2020 for $2.8 million. The National Institute of Health, the Department of Energy, the DHS, and the FBI are also among the many branches of the US government that have previously bought the tool. This doesn't mean they still use it, but it is probably likely, as once you learn a good tool, you usually don't want to just give it up. Though it's not clear whether it uses the SolarWinds Orion tool, the DHS's Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, is a SolarWinds customer, having bought $45,000 worth of licenses in 2019. The US Cyber Command also spent over $12,000 in SolarWinds tools in 2019 as well. This information that I just stated is from a Forbes article, which I will link along with all my other sources in the description box below, so that way you can verify for yourself that all the information that I'm saying is correct. In an update at the end of their article, they said, reports in Reuters indicate DHS was a victim in the attack. The DoD declined to comment, though media reports indicate the Pentagon, the National Institute of Health, and the State Department suffered breaches too. Those are just media reports, so take that for what it's worth. As far as the versions of software that are actually vulnerable, the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, its own Cybersecurity Infrastructure and Security Agency issued Emergency Directive 2101 late Sunday that said, quote, SolarWinds Orion products are currently being exploited by malicious actors. Versions 2019.4, which was released in March of 2020, through 2020.2.1 hotfix 1 are exploitable. Now, as you can see on SolarWinds' website, it's probably a bit out of focus, but they are saying to update to hotfix 2 as soon as possible, which removes and replaces the malicious code and backdoor that the hackers use to infiltrate the software in the supply chain attack. I would like to say that Microsoft and FireEye both say they have been compromised. In fact, FireEye said that a lot of its tools have been taken, some of its tools for testing high-profile companies, etc. It is interesting to note that Google also went down for several minutes the other day, all of their services across the whole company. This could be in an effort to purge SolarWinds Orion, or it could also mean that maybe the attackers are using the FireEye tools against Google in an unethical way. You never know, just an interesting thing to note. Now, who is responsible for all this? Because this is a really big deal. Everyone is saying that this is a sophisticated state actor. I believe CrowdStrike is saying that it's Russia, as well as all the media are perpetuating the story that it is Russia. However, according to Newsweek, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said China and North Korea are the biggest cybersecurity threats to America at this moment. He said, quote, it's an ongoing battle, an ongoing struggle to keep our system safe. I can't say much other than it's been a consistent effort of the Russians to try and get into American servers, not only those of the government agencies, but of businesses. We see this even more strongly, so while he took a bit longer when he was saying, talking about the Russians and everything, he said we see this even more strongly from the Chinese Communist Party, from the North Koreans as well. So it stands to reason that, in his opinion, it's probably most likely going to be an attack made on us by China, as they seem, in his mind and in the mind of the people that he talks to, apparently have more motivation to attack us for whatever reason. I tend to agree. I don't see Russia as having a ton of motivation to try and steal our secrets as much as China, although I'm sure they both really want to know all the US's secrets. However, my opinion is just that, my own opinion, as to the fact that I think that maybe China is probably more likely to want to commit this attack than the Russians. However, I don't really know who's responsible. No one does at this point. There's just conjecture that it's probably Russia. They did, however, deny it via their official Facebook page, but of course you would want to do that for diplomatic reasons. As always, this video is for informational purposes only. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please feel free to leave a like, and if you dislike this video, hitting that dislike button twice to really emphasize your dislike also works as well. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more cybersecurity and tech related content. I'm going to be doing another centered around the Dominion voting systems forensic report coming pretty soon in the next couple of days. I'm going to be as nonpartisan as possible, just looking at the facts and the evidence that has been presented around this whole Dominion voting scandal, so to speak. So make sure to subscribe if you want to see that, and turn your notification bell on icon so that you're notified just as soon as I post that video and all my other future videos in the future. Also, make sure to share this video if you think that you know anyone, or maybe your employer uses SolarWinds Orion products, so that way they know to update their systems as soon as possible and look for indicators of compromise. That's all for today's video. I'm Tal, and I'll see you in the next video.